While classrooms across Eastern North Carolina stand empty and students and teachers are tucked away at home, we know a great secret. Learning can happen anywhere. In fact, learning can happen everywhere. Welcome to Eastern Carolina Education Connection, a partnership with WNCT and Pitt County Schools. We're here to connect and reconnect with students, teachers, parents, and community during this unique and remarkable time in our state's history by helping you learn from right where you are.
Hi friends, Miss Ashley here. Welcome to today's episode. We have got an adventure planned today. We are going to go on a field trip to a real fire station with a real fireman. And the very best part about it is this real fireman
How's it going?
He is going to take us to see the fire station today and to see his equipment. He is dressed up in his uniform today to talk to us about all the ways that he's protected. And I could not be more excited. All I ever wanted to do was drive a fire truck. Maybe I can talk Poppy into it today. We're going to take a look at this book called Fly Guy Presents Firefighters. This book was written and illustrated by Ted Arnold, and it is published by our good friends at Scholastic. Fly Guy took a trip to a real fire station, the same way we're going to do today. And there's some really interesting things in here that we can ask Poppy about before we go on our trip. So let's see what Fly Guy sees and if he has as much fun on his adventure that we're going to have on ours today. Okay, friends, let's get started. Fly Guy presents Firefighters. I am noticing, first of all, Fly Guy has got his fire hat on, and Poppy brought his fire hat today, so I'm really excited to see it. I want to put it on maybe before we leave today and see how heavy it is. So Poppy, go get that blue Jeep ready and let's head out to the fire station.
Absolutely.
Okay, friends, what time is it? It's wiggle time. Stand up, stretch out those muscles, get them going. Let's get ready to move with our special guest today.
Hi everyone. Today we're going to do cardiovascular exercises. These exercises will help your heart beat faster. So let's get started. We're going to start marching in place. March. Pick your knees up, get them as high as your hips. March, 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 march. Now we're going to go into jogging in place. Now we're going to pick our knees up and go a little bit faster. Now we're jogging, jogging. Get that heart rate up, jogging. Good job. Keep going. Now we're going to do some jumping jacks. When we do our jumping jacks, we start with our feet together, our hands by our side. We're going to jump out like the letter X, come back like the letter I. So we're going to go X and then I. X, I. So let's pick it up. X. Here we go. Jumping jacks. Great job. You're doing great. Get your heart rate up. Okay, now we're going to do our burpee. When we do our burpee, we get down here and squat. We kick our legs out, bring our legs back, and jump to the sky. Squat down, put your legs out, bring them back, jump to the sky. If you want to make it harder, you can put your legs out, go down to a push-up, come back, jump to the sky. Let's try a couple. Here we go. Ready? And jump. Good job. Now my challenge for you is this. Take each of those exercises and try to do them for 1 minute each. I bet you can. Do great.
Hey guys, this is Poppy, and I thought for our fire station episode today, you might like to see a tour of a fire truck. Have you ever wondered what's inside all of those little compartments? We're going to find out today. Come on. So as you can see, we have things in different compartments that help us when we're at a wreck or at a fire. And so you can see various tools here. you can see a chainsaw, you can see an axe, and there's several things here that we use for being able to pry to try to get into places. As we move around, we have a fan here for trying to get smoke out of a house, clear it out. We have extra hose. If we move around to the back, we actually have ladders in here. We keep them stashed away. And we have some other tools that we use when we're fighting fire. And then you can see we have good old traffic cones. Perhaps you've seen these going down the road. It's to protect us so that other cars don't run over us. And you can see up here, we have hoses. And obviously when you think about fighting fire, you think about the fire hose. We would grab this and we would run towards the house or towards the fire. And then someone else goes to the pump panel and they'll pull the different levers that cause the water to come out. And this is what we fight fire with. We have some bigger ones here that we actually use when we have a hydrant available that we can hook to hydrants. If we move around, you can see that we have more equipment, more different nozzles. We have fire extinguishers if it's something really small and we don't have to get all of that hose out. And then here, these are called SCBAs. It actually stands for self-contained breathing apparatus. And I'm going to show you how I wear this in a few minutes. And then we have different equipment here. We have we have flashlights, we have radios, we have a full thermal imaging device that can pick up heat. And this is the pump panel I was talking about. The person that is the driver operator, when they get to the scene, these are the levers that they would use to activate the pump. And the pump is what pushes the water through the hose and the firemen use. And you can see we have another small hose here when we have a small fire that we don't have to pull all of that hose out. Because when you pull that hose out, it's quite the undertaking to put it back up there and get all the water back out. Let's take it outside and see it in the sunlight. So what does it take to stay safe as possible when you're in a situation where with fire or in a wreck? Let me show you some of the gear that we use to keep ourselves safe. First of all, I have a pager that lets me know when I get a call, and when it goes off, it vibrates and makes a noise. And then it tells me where the fire is or the wreck and what it is. And so when we get there, we have to be safe. So here are a few things. First of all, you'll notice that my hair is pulled back in a ponytail, and that's because if I'm in a fire, I don't want any hair sticking out that can burn off. I'm not ready for my haircut quite yet. So, have my fire gear. This protects us against flames. It's very heat resistant. I have my flashlight here because fires can be very dark places. And this is a hood that I put over my head that keeps all of my hair covered, and neck and things like that. I have my helmet, and that's very hard, and it protects my head in case I were to get hit in the noggin. It would keep my melon from getting bruised. Then I have my fireproof boots and pants. And as you can see, they have suspenders so that my pants won't fall down. So the air inside of a burning house is filled with all types of bad chemicals that's not good for you. And so this actually is filled with air, and this is what we use to breathe. And this is the mask that delivers it to our face. And I'm going to show you that in a minute. And then, of course, we've got gloves because we want to protect our hands. So, what does it look like to put all of this stuff on? And so at this point, we would be ready to go into the fire, except for one thing. When we actually have to go inside, of course, we have to turn our air bottle on and we have to put our mask on. And I know I probably look and sound a little bit scary, but if you were to ever see someone at home and they were dressed like this and you had a fire, then obviously you would want to go with that person because they're going to take you outside to safety. So this little thing that chirps like a bird is actually a safety device. And when you're in a fire, if you were to have an emergency as a fireman, you could actually set this off, and that would let other people know to come get you. And so what happens is that just to be sure, because if something happens to you and you can't press the button, if you don't move for 30 seconds, it'll actually go off by itself. So sometimes you'll hear it chirp normally, and that's your warning to say, you better start moving, and it gets louder. And if you shake it, you're fine. But if you didn't, it'll go off and you have to reset it. So some firemen like me are volunteers, which means we do it, we don't get paid, but there are other firemen that are career firefighters. Let's check in with some firefighters from Greenville Fire Rescue and see what their station looks like.
Hey everybody, this is Firefighter Coble with Greenville Fire Rescue, and we're at Station 1, and we're going to give y'all a little virtual station tour and show you what we do on a day-to-day basis. So as you can see, we're in Station 1 right now, and we're upstairs, and for people like us that are a career firefighter, we work at the station for 24 hours a day, and so our fire stations are also kind of like our house. So we have a living room, which we're in now. We have a kitchen with a dining room table where we all eat together like a family. Like I said, we have a kitchen where we cook our meals, and we also have bedrooms back here, which we'll show you in a minute, and a workout room because we have to stay in shape in order to fight fire. All right, like I said, we have a workout room where we have to stay in shape, as hopefully Firefighter Wade will show you in just a second. We have all the equipment we need to work out and stay in shape so that if we have to come and fight a fire, we are able to do so.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Good job, Wade. So next we're going to go look at our bedrooms where we get to stay during the night because we actually get to sleep here and we don't have a call. We're going to go in. This is one of our firefighters' bedrooms. As you can see, there's a bunch of beds because there's a bunch of people that stay in this room over different days. We have 3 shifts, so there's enough beds for at least about 2 people per shift. And we all get our own bed that we are required to keep clean. So we, like everybody else, in the morning we have to make our beds, make sure our rooms are clean, make sure that none of our clothes are just laying around. We have lockers that we get to keep our spare uniforms and anything that may be a personal effect that we want to keep with us. Some people have photos and stuff that they keep from their families on their headboard. But as you can see, we all have a bedroom and we get to stay here during the night if we're not on a call. So, like I said, this is where we sleep during the night, but we want y'all to be safe in your home. So if there's a fire, we've always talked about stay low and go because the smoke's up high, and in order for you to be safe, you have to crawl low and stay under the smoke and go outside. So these firefighters here are going to show you how to do that. And they're going to crawl all the way to their exit place, and they're going to go to their meeting place, which is a place that they've all designated, and everybody knows where to go in case there's a fire. And they're going to call the fire department with number 911, and they're going to tell them what's going on and where they're at, and they're going to send a fire truck out there to help put out your fire. Look at them go. So some firehouses are two-story buildings, and they have to have a fire pole, which we have at Station 1, so that we can get down to the trucks quicker in the middle of in the night if we get a call. And so we're going to go down the fire pole and show you how that works. All right. Well, we hope everybody had fun with our station tour today. We hope you're having fun and doing the best that you can in your houses during this quarantine. Remember that we need to practice fire safety even in this time in your house. So always have, like we talked about, stay low and go, an exit plan, and a meeting place. And remember that if you need any help, Greenville Fire Rescue is there for you.
Hi friends, I just don't want you to forget, we've got our Facebook page where you can also put some submissions of things that you've created, things that you've learned from the lessons that we've done. Just go to Facebook and type in @PCSECEC and let us see the magic. I'm so glad we got to spend this time together on Eastern Carolina Education Connection, and I'm really looking forward to our next episode where we can learn and explore together from right where you are.
You can also connect with us on Facebook using the information below. We look forward to seeing you for our next episode.